Soy Catalina Ruiz Navarro, directora y cofundadora.
Hello, my name is Catalina Ruiz Navarro, founder of the Volcánica magazine. Name is Ita María, editor from Volcánica newspaper, and in this space of resistance, we would like to take advantage of this day to talk about progress, about ultra right-wing and different hate ideas, about the milestones, and well, you know, some of the milestones and recent stories about struggle that have enabled us to be here with you, because for us that's the place where we find some power and hope. So besides the rights are reactive, we haven't made some progress under social concerns that we are not going back. This has been possible due to Latin America feminism and the Caribbean and the different horizontal fights. So let's talk about some of these milestones in the recent Latin American context. Well, of this feminist side, we had the story of 14 years old who was pregnant in Argentina. A group gathered together to create the movement Ni Una Menos, with a manifestation in 2015, and it started to duplicate in the entire region. A common cause that got together the entire movement and led to the streets. Since 2015 and up to now, the feminist ideas had become the coordinator idea, which is the largest in our times. So we have it taking the streets to inspire and to organize the marches. A really living testimony of feminist movements. Another of these milestones is this symbol that we have in our wrist or in the neck or in different places. Many of us come from the South Cone. So it was born in 2003 in the 18th gathering of American women in Rosario, Argentina. This is used as a collective symbol in the final march, and it was inspired as a symbol of resistance against dictatorship. Then the national campaign for legal abortion and free was also part of including this symbol in 2005. Then also in Argentina, we went out from different cultures to be able to legalize abortion. I think that you can remember these matches with a very important, with a triumphal entry of the new generations to these conversations and to these platforms. At that moment, we also gave birth to these places which much more strength as a collective way of protest. And then we called the green movement. So we adopted this as a regional idea of struggle, and to tell the world this is our identification to talk about sexual and reproductive health. So this opens the door to a new language. If you see a woman with this green item, she knows that she's not alone. And Argentina also approved a law. So Latin America is one of the world where we have really gave the idea of feminism. 15 countries have recognized as something which is criminal when it is not recognized. This is not enough, because Even though it is not enough, the idea of feminism is indispensable to understand gender violence. It's not going to solve because the causes are deeper and it requires some redistribution, and it really needs also a reduction of impunity. This is one of the main challenges to all the region. But even now, the criminal idea of feminism requires to have a different point of view, and that's also very important. It's important to talk about the importance of thought and the feminism and anti-patriarchal. In all this conversation, in all this milestone, is a thought that comes to transform feminism, to question that feminism that we have, like putting in the center how colonialism, how racism have configured these ways of oppression. To oppress the different small groups. It's important it's important to understand that this proposes to break many other ideas and contributions that we have had. We also have different feminisms that try to build a very specific knowledge, more centered in the South, and that we are really now learning more than from the North. That is also essential for all of us to talk about feminism in Latin America. We cannot forget these ideas of the epistemic production of authors such as Espinosa, Chicuriel, Silvia Rivera in Bolivia, and many others, which are more recent, such as Micaela Duran. She's also a wonderful feminist, and as mentioned, they tend to hegemonic feminism in different with northern roots, and those tends to have to make universal the experience of white women and of certain social classes. We cannot forget to mention them because they have been centered. We were talking about trans women, because with transphobia we cannot talk Latin America, because transphobia is racial and colonial. And besides that, before we knew at global level this wave of claims because of social sexual harassment in Latin America, feminists, we were appropriating of the scratch by denouncing our aggressors, our harassers in public spaces. There were massive exercises of recognitions that led they help us to understand that sexual violence do not happen because they are provoked, but because of the quality of structural. These are not exceptional spaces, but there is violence that really gets to us. It's important not to forget a milestone that really touches our heart, and it's a movement that just here in 2022 we were able to talk about to stop pregnancy up to week 24. There's a paradigm in Latin America for the world. Yes, so in Latin America has been pioneer of feminist journalism. In no other region have been so many means of so many journalists of feminism wing. We have developed different methods which incorporate an analysis for journalists, and we have built a compact of transparency. Feminist journalism has two important threats, such as the lack of funding of the entire system. Here in Volcánicas magazine, we are focused on both aspects. We have this legal document, the 452 from the National Constitution of Colombia, which really play a milestone regarding the rights of the freedom of speech. They talk about, and also the court declared that public denouncement because of sexual harassment constitutes speeches which are necessary for democratization. And with this milestone, we're going to close, and we remind every person who are here the importance of this and many others, because of time, about the construction from Latin America point of view to continue building hope and transforming the world. So many thanks.